Hey, what's going on, family? Another day, another dollar. It's the Grow Your Business Mastermind. We here another week bringing you the value, bringing you the game and the gems on what's happening in the automations AI world and how we can use AI and automations to grow our business and scale and hopefully be able to do all the things that we love to do and want to do with our family, our friends, and all the things that we got going on. So today, we're going to be finishing the 4C's framework that we've been talking about the last couple of weeks, and specifically going into the final one, which is commerce. What is the best way to scale and grow your business using commerce and using this structure that we've laid out of all the different funnels, all the different sale mechanisms, all the different marketing and content that you need? We've already kind of gone through those layers. Now we want to go into step 4, which is how do you scale that out? Now you've gotten all the sales processes in. You got your main funnel for your website. You got your main link tree, your high ticket case study funnels. You got your university funnels, your webinar funnels, your challenge funnels. So you got all these different things to make money. But now how do you amplify the views and the engagement so that you can convert that and turn that into dollars, turn that into scalable revenue that is not just a one-person freelance business, but an actual scalable enterprise and starts to get into the millions of dollars, right? How do we do that? Well, it's all in this commerce section, and it's all about data, right? It's all about data. If you can measure it, you can grow it. If you can measure it, you can grow it. If you can't measure it, you can't grow it, and most likely it'll probably start to degrade or decrease. So this commerce section is all about the data, understanding where you need data from. So all those things that we set up in the first 3 steps, we're going to need to pull the data from those things. Hold up one second. I realize I'm not live on Instagram. There we go. Okay, perfect. So we're back. So all these things, we need to make sure that we are building the right system to capture the data from all those platforms. So you have to capture the data from all your funnels. You have to capture the data from all your content, all the distribution platforms that you're posting your content on, and then all of your advertisements and all of your emails and text automations and all the data that they're getting. So all of these places, there's like probably 15 to 20 different places where data is going to be happening. Data from views of videos, traffic, right? Data from clicks and engagement of people turning into followers, subscribers, or commenters, engagement, and then turning into actual conversions, giving you their name, their email, their phone number. Then data of emails and text messages that are being opened, that are being replied to. All of those data metrics we want to pull into one dashboard so we can have a clear vision of what's happening in our business and be able to reverse engineer how many views we're getting, how many clicks we're getting, how many leads we're getting, then how many calls and how many closes we're getting. So we're trying to break it down from the top of the funnel, which is the views and all of that, to conversions for leads, and then calls that we actually get on the calls with, or they close automatically through one of our sales funnels. And then finally, the actual results. What's our conversion numbers as far as money and revenue collected, right? So these are all the main metrics and key performance indicators that we're going to look at, or objective key results, OKRs. So you got your OKRs and your KPIs. These are the data points. And then we want to actually turn that data into a system that loops back. So when we put up a video and that video goes out there and gets us 1,000 views. Now, the next video we posted only got us 200 views. The video after that only got us 300 views. So the 1,000 view video is actually an outlier because it's a mini viral video to our organic traffic. So what do we want to do? We want to take that 1,000 view video and we want to actually run the data in all of our other platforms. So now let's repost that same video that did good on Instagram. Let's repost it on TikTok, on LinkedIn, on all these other places to see if it goes viral over there and gets us more views over there. That's step 1. Step 2 is going to be actually advertising this video, because now you're seeing it's working organically. Let's put some ad dollars behind it and scale it out and grow it even more. So this type of structure, you're taking the data in, you're analyzing the data, and then you're optimizing the content and the marketing to feed back into better data. So this is how you constantly keep improving and building the system. So you have a full e-commerce system that's working for you. The reason most people don't get here is because they didn't do all the hard work that we did in steps 1 through 3 of setting up all these different sales mechanisms and marketing channels. So they don't actually understand what data they need to be looking at. And because they don't know what data they need to be looking at, they actually end up not keeping track of anything, and everything kind of looks the same. So this clarity of keeping everything clean from the first step of where people are meeting you at, whether it's a video or a funnel and all those things, all the way to the last step of them converting and you getting the cost per your click, cost per leads, average order value, average cart value, all of these things, lifetime value of your customers. These are all the metrics that matter in scaling your business. So I hope this is making sense. If you guys have any questions, please let me know. My lovely co-producer and assistant here, Jan, is helping me. So she's monitoring comments. She's monitoring the chat. If you have any questions about the commerce section, how we can scale it out and grow it, let me know. Jan, if you can zoom in a little bit more on the step 4, please, for me, so I can see it more clearly. Perfect. So now let's go into it. We talked about dashboards and the data setup, all those different channels, all those different content channels and sales channels. Those are all set up. Then you want to put your ads connected. So most of the platforms that you're running your organic content, you can run ads, paid content on it as well. So for example, Instagram, Facebook, Google, YouTube, LinkedIn, TikTok, Twitter, all of these platforms you can post for free and get organic views. And then you can put money behind that content and reach a wider audience. Now, the reason you want to do this is because your followers and the people that are with you, most likely they already know you, they like you, they trust you, but they haven't done business with you yet. So the reason we post organically is to see who is ready and when they're ready to actually work with us from our organic followers. But then we're scoping out and seeing outliers and opportunities where more than usual people are interested in a post or a piece of content, and then we can distribute that out to a wider audience. Remember, Facebook alone has 2 billion plus people every month that are on Facebook. Instagram has 1 billion people. All these different platforms have hundreds of millions, if not billions of people on there every single day looking through content. And this is not just random people, because out of those 2 billion people, there might be 5 million people that are very focused to your business and are interested in what you have to offer or what you have to talk about and teach. So we want to set up ads to reach our target audience. So we're doing all of this stuff very strategically. We're setting up the content systems and the channels and the sales systems all to give us data so that we can connect these ads and reach new people with proven result content that's getting us organic results in our organic followers, right? So then you go into audit, optimize, scale. This is a great framework. My good friends Kat Lopez put me onto this, and it's been a game changer. Audit, optimize, scale. We want to audit what we're doing right now. So again, coming back to looking at that data, seeing what's working, and making changes on the fly of what's happening. But the first thing is auditing it and just making sure you understand the data, because most people won't understand the data, and it takes a while. It took me maybe a year or two to even understand all these different pieces of data points, from cost per click, cost per view, cost per milli, average order value, lifetime value of a customer. All of these things are different metrics, and they matter very much so if you're running and scaling ads. Okay, so you got to take some time to audit and understand these terms and what these numbers mean for your business. That's step 1. Step 2 is optimize. Once we have the data, we understand the data, then we want to make changes for what will give us the most likely results that we're looking for. So this is all using the scientific method of testing, and basically all you're doing at the commerce level is constantly testing. And when you're really good at doing this the right way, you're going to be testing at scale. So what that means is if I'm doing my content system right, my sales system right, I should be able to drop 50 to 100 pieces of content a week. And out of those 50 to 100 pieces of content a week, I can choose maybe 2 or 3 or even 10 potential content pieces that can be scalable on my ads. Meaning I put $1 into ads, I get $5 back from a customer, right? That's the ultimate goal. That's what you're trying to audit, optimize, and scale here. You're trying to audit the numbers of how many views and leads you're getting. You're trying to optimize putting in money behind the winners, right? So, oh, this is a good winner. Let me put some money in. If I put $1 in on ads, that will put me in front of 100 people. Out of those 100 people, one person might buy. That $1 just turned into $5. That's the system we're trying to optimize, and then scale. Now I found that ad that's doing that. So every time I put $1 in, I make $5. Now I'm going to scale that. I'm going to put $10 so I can make $50. I'm going to put $50 so I can make $500, et cetera, et cetera. So you want to keep putting the money in so you can keep scaling it up and growing from there. So that's what the audit, optimize, scale piece means. Then hire the team with OKRs and fire yourself. So this is important. We talked about objective key results. Once you understand the data points and what's driving your metrics, now it's the same old saying of it's the numbers game, right? I know that if I make 1,000 calls, I'm going to reach 250 people. Out of those 250 people, 100 of them might be interested. Out of those 100 people, 50 of them might book a call with me. Out of those 50, 20 of them might jump on the call with me. Out of those 20, 10 might be interested and ready to buy. And out of those 10, 5 or 3 might actually purchase and give me their wallet. So from 1,000, I had to break down the top of the funnel of the 1,000 people all the way down to the 3 people that would actually purchase or buy from me. So what we're doing is setting up all those metrics, those objective key results of each step. I know I need a minimum of 1,000 people at the first step, or I won't have enough people for the second step and the third or the fourth. So I need to make sure I understand what those objective key results, those objective big numbers that must happen in order for the next step to happen. That's step one, right? And then once I've identified that, then I can start making checklists and processes out so that other people on my team, contractors, employees, can now come in and run the checklist, run the experiment. They should be able to run this exact experiment the way I just did. They should be able to know, oh, this is how much views I'm getting from LinkedIn, from Facebook, from Instagram, from YouTube. Okay, this video outperformed all of the rest of our videos today. Let's put $20 on ads for that. Let's put $50 on ads for this one. Let's put $10 on ads for that one. Oh, the video from last week that was going viral when we put some ad money behind it, that one started doing not so good. And this one's actually doing better. So let's take off the ad budget from that one and put it towards this one, because this one's actually reaching our OKRs, our objective key results, and it's actually hitting the markers and the numbers that we want. So having those OKRs allows you to make that checklist and that process, so then your team members can be able to optimize and run that checklist for you, right? And then we go into automated recruitment. This is all bonus content pieces, but this is stuff that we've noticed as you start to scale that you're going to need support on. Automated recruitment systems. If you're doing this the right way, and let's just say you're putting you're putting $1 in and getting $5 back, you're not going to just want to put $5, $100, $1,000. Ideally, it's like, how much would you put in? I would put all my money into it. If I know that I can put $1 in and get $5 back every time, I'm going to go all in, right? That's the concept here. So as you keep doing that, what that means is you're getting more customers. As you're getting more customers, naturally the bottleneck in your business is going to be how much business you can handle. So if you can't handle the growth and the scale of which you're investing on the ad side, there's going to be a high chance, a high likelihood that you're not going to be able to fulfill for all these people. If you go from 1 client a week to 20 clients a day, that's a very big stretch of growth that you need to fulfill. And it can be easier done on the front end marketing and getting customers. And it could be a lot harder on the back end of actually training your team to keep that standard of what you're looking for and be able to fulfill for these clients and make sure that they're happy. So this automated recruitment system allows you to focus on scaling the customer side while the machines and the automations and the AI scale the recruitment side, so that now both sides of your business, the farming side and the hunting side, are growing at the same pace. That's what the automated recruitment means. And just so you understand what that means is like, okay, if I know, let's just say, for example, I'm a video production agency. I know I'm going to need more videographers. I know I'm going to need more editors, and I'm going to need more project managers. Those are the 3 main people that help my business grow. Well, I'm going to have an automated recruitment system that posts jobs on LinkedIn, on Indeed, on all these, on Upwork and Fiverr, and I'm going to find contractors and employees and workers that are fitting my standard and can apply to be a part of this project and a part of the things that I'm doing. And then the cool thing about it is I can have automated systems ask them questions, so they fill out a form, and then if they don't qualify from the form, they get exit out, and I don't have to spend any time actually qualifying the candidates. Then there's another step where they actually jump on with one of our team members, and they actually do a preliminary interview, and then they give them a rating on a scale of 1 to 10. This person is a 10 videographer, or a 10 editor, or a 2 editor, and then based on those ratings, they will be either asked to not continue or asked to continue. And then once they're asked to continue, they'll have the final interview with me, the boss, or whoever the department head is that's leading that department. If it's the head graphic designer, the head video editor, or whatever, they're going to have that interview with that person and make sure that they're ready to actually fulfill for the work. And this takes out about 80 to 90% of that recruitment process and focuses on the AI and the robots doing it for you, so that you can focus on scaling and growing the business while the AI and robots are scaling and growing the team for you. Okay, so that's that step. Then you got automated AI ads on best performing content. So once you have a good system and you start to really, you get a couple of good winners on the advertisements. Once you have 3 to 5 good winners on your advertisement that are basically, you're putting $1 in, you're getting $5 back, and you're scaling that out, right? Once you have that going, the next thing you want to do is start to set those OKRs. And now you've taught your team members how to do it, but you want your team members to teach the AI and the automations how to spot it. So instead of somebody have to manually, at the beginning, you have to manually go in and look at the engagement, the views, the conversions, and all those things, so you can understand what's happening in the business. But once you understand the key metrics week over week, what's happening, then you can have your AI and your robots actually do that for you. So you can tell the robots, on average, we get 500 views. So any video that does more than 800 views, just automatically run an ad for that video, boost that post, do whatever you want to do. So there's AI platforms that integrate with our AI and our CRM system, so that then you can be able to run everything on one dashboard, and it all feeds into each other and communicates and scales out your ads automatically. So that's what the AI ads for best performing content is all about. Then we have AI bots to help in every area of your business. So this is the cool part about AI bots and agents and what's happening, especially in 2025, and the cool new thing of what's happening right now. I talked about it last week on the video, but AI agents are going to revolutionize and take over in the business world in the next 2 to 3 years. But this year is going to be the first big leap that we see of AI agents doing so much stuff for us online. And when you think about the AI agents and the AI bots, don't try to think about, oh, can it do everything in my business? We're building Mr. GYB AI so it can be that partnership with you, that virtual partner that's going to be able to do, basically be the CEO of your business while you're the chairman, the board member. So you give it your plan, you give it your goals, and then Mr. GYB AI will be the CEO of your business and work with the other COO, CTO, CMO, all your directors, and get the job done and give you that result. But that's not here today. Today, most people don't have enough knowledge in the AI space to build something like that. So this is why our stuff is such leading in the market and something next level. But it's something that we hope to be bringing to a select number of users in the next months and start beta testing and going all this stuff, doing all this stuff live, because this is going to be the future of business. In the next 2 to 3 years, this is going to be a real infrastructure that every single business is going to have. Think about it like websites. 20 years ago, it was not even a real idea to think about a website. Basically, everybody had physical businesses. You were on the yellow pages. People were calling you, and that was the way business was done. Then you started to see these very basic websites, like, all text. We do flooring and different things, and it was just kind of like a business address, a different billboard online for that business, but it wasn't rich. You couldn't interact with it. It was more like a brochure, right? Then you started to get into the next level of websites, which is now you can start putting in your information, giving the name, email, and phone number. You started seeing graphics, and you started seeing videos, and you started seeing more multimedia and engagement into the websites. So now the website is becoming more of a representation of in the digital of what the physical store looks like and feels like, right? So that was the evolution about 10 years ago. I'm gonna say 15 years ago. Then 10 years ago, you got into social media, and then social media content and all the things that you're doing there. That started to be integrated into your website with blogs and with podcasts and with YouTube videos and all these things. And that started to grow. So it went from a static brochure only text type of website to today you have these robust digital representation of your physical business. It's going to be the same evolution that occurs with these AI bots. They're going to start simple, and you should not try to make it too complex for your business, because that's where it gets confusing and that's where it becomes overwhelming. But if you simplify it and you say, okay, what could I do to make what can AI do today to help me in one area of my business, in one of these things that I'm working on? If it's for your funnel, what is the emails that the AI can help me with? If it's for customer relationships and follow-up and reaching out to my clients, what are the emails and text messages that the AI can help me with? So I'm going to go through my business. I'm going to look at my organizational chart. I'm going to identify what I'm doing right now. I'm going to identify what the AI can do, like ChatGPT, Anthropic, and all these other platforms. And then I'm going to make a list and start to take away tasks from myself or my team and giving more tasks to these AI bots that can do specific tasks very, very well, right? Now, once you do that, you're going to start to see they can actually help with a lot of little tasks. They can't do full jobs yet, but they can do a lot of little tasks. And then from those little tasks, you'll be able to see that a certain amount of them equal a job, meaning it can actually almost do the entire social media planning and prepping for you, or it can do all of the back-end editing and support for you and your staff. So we want to identify those areas of opportunity for the bots to help us with, and then we want to execute and put them into an entire rollout and system to work integrated with our team. So now you got the AI working on one side, your team members working on another side, and you as the business owner can take one more step back and keep getting closer. The goal here is to fire yourself. So you no longer have to work in the business, but you can work on the business as the chairman, as the board member of this business, right? So AI bots to help in every area of your business. So that breaks that down. Then you got proven SOPs, process mapping for your business. So we talked about the importance of SOPs and that standard operating procedures. So that checklist, all those checklists that you're building throughout your business, right? As you're setting all these things up, you're going to be making those checklists. That's very important because that's going to be what I like to call checkpoints, right? That those SOPs and those proven SOPs are going to be checkpoints in your customer journey. Your customer journey is the roadmap someone goes on to build with you or to build in the industry that you work in. So I'll give you an example. This right now is a live example of our 4Cs framework, right? So our 4Cs framework is all these 4 different steps that we've been going over the last couple of weeks. And that is my customer roadmap. So whether you work with me or not, I know as a digital marketing expert and an AI expert that all these things are going to be needed if you're trying to build a real online business. No matter who you do it with, whether it's me or not, you're going to need all of these steps. So what I've done is I've identified all of those steps, whether you do them with me or not. And then I've given you the opportunity to work with one vendor instead of 20 or 30 along this journey that you're going to be going on. So this is the importance of creating a process map for your business. So you can see there's 2 sides of it. There's the customer map, and then there's the backend employee map, right? So your customer map is like all the things that your customer is getting and receiving along the roadmap with you. So as they start off with you, they might start for free. Then they might go up a step and go to your $100 offer. Then they might go up a step and go to your $500 offer, and then to your $1,000 offer. That's the customer roadmap. Then there's the employee roadmap, which is you start with making a podcast video. Then from there, you go and make a 10-minute YouTube video. Then from the 10-minute, you make a 3-minute short form video. Then you make a 1 minute or less Reels type of video for TikTok and those type of platforms. And now you've gone from the top to the bottom, and that shows the map of what the team members are going to be doing and the process that they have to go through and what their work looks like. Okay. So that covers that. And then the last piece we're going to go into here is the updates with Mifki offer. So as you're testing all these stuff, like let's say you're doing videos and you're doing content and you're running ads and you're seeing all the data, right? Now is the time that you actually start going back to step 1, 2, and 3 and start to make changes and A/B testing so that you can see what you can optimize and get a little bit more juice out of those initial infrastructures that we set up for your sales mechanisms and things like that. So what do I mean by that? Let's say, for example, I have a webinar funnel that we set up in step 2, right? And I want to test because I have this ad that's been killing it. We're making, 10x on our money. Every dollar we put in, we get $10 back. But I want to test and see if on the funnel level, the sales level, I can tweak a video, a logo, text, or something and test to see if that would make it, instead of a 10x, 20x, 30x. So you start to, as you get more data and you start to scale out more, you have all those different pieces of the process that you can now optimize and change. You can audit it, see, hey, if I use this headline versus this headline, this one gets me more sales. This one might get me more views, but this one makes me more money. So you're going to start testing all of those different layers of the process. So that's what Mifki offer optimizing. Like, go back to your most incredible free gift, that main Happy Meal offer. What is it? Is there anything I can tweak or change based on now that I've had data of thousands of people seeing this, hundreds of people purchased? What steps in the process do they drop off at? What step in the process do they buy in to? And optimize those things, decrease the things that are making people leave and increase the things that are making people stay and buy, right? So that's what this part is talking about there. Then we want to focus on optimizing our business into these 3 steps of the do-it-yourself, done with you, done for you. This is the same structure that I'm doing and I'm showing you right now. You can work with me on all 3 of these levels. When you have your business set up in the right way at the highest level, you'll be able to actually break down your business into these 3 components. And if you think about it, it's all serving and selling the same thing. I'm doing digital marketing and automations and AI at every single level. It's just the amount of access a customer has to me changes. So if they're low ticket, they're going to be spending more time doing it themselves and less time with me doing it for them or helping them because they chose the cheapest option. So they have a cheap option, but with a high commitment of time. Then there's the do it with you. Do it with you is now they pay a little bit more, and then they have access to ask me questions and I can coach them and guide them directly on their custom solutions, right? So now that cuts their time investment a little bit and it increases their money investment. So now it's a little bit, they have more skin in the game and we're more balanced out. And then last but not least is they have no time, but they have money and they pay me to do it for them, done for you. So that's a done for you where I'll come in and I'll do the digital marketing. So all 3 of these things, I'm leveraging my skills, my digital marketing and automations, but the amount of time and effort that I'm putting in to each of those clients is very different. They're all going to get the results and maximum results that they're looking for at that stage, but it's not going to hinder my process. The worst thing that happens when you're starting out in business is that you start working with these clients and they're paying you pennies on the dollar. Let's say they pay you $1,000, but they want you to treat them like they're a $100,000 client. Then the $100,000 client barely talks to you and bothers you because they're too busy scaling and growing their business. So you start to see that you want to work with more of these high ticket clients because it doesn't make sense to work with the low ticket clients and waste that time. So instead, you create an automated course, an automated webinar, all these things to help the person who's just starting out, so you don't lose those customers because those customers could potentially grow and become the big ticket clients. But you want to have a system that doesn't burden you in the fulfillment of those customers. So that's why you make an automated course, you make weekly coaching calls, you do all these different things that we set up throughout those steps so that now it's not a heavy burden. You can have 100 low ticket clients, and it wouldn't make sense for you to spend even an hour with $100 client. But if you have 10,000 $100 clients, you have a huge business, and it makes sense for you to spend time with those people, even though they're lower ticket. So this is why we break it down into those 3 buckets. Okay. And then you got bulk pricing offers. So this is like, now you've taken those 3, do it yourself, done with you, done for you, and then you break it down into bulk offers. So what's my yearly, my 6 months, my 3-month packages based on these 3 systems? So for example, we have $100 a month as our low ticket. That's $1,000 bulk offer for the year. So they save 2 months if they go with us for the low ticket. That's the do it yourself. For the done with you, that's a $300 a month or $3,000 for the year. Then we have the high ticket, which starts off at $2,500 a month, right? So this is the way you want to think about it. And it could be and it's $25,000 for the year. So you break it down like that, and then you'll be able to have bulk pricing associated with your recurring pricing there, right? And then webinar funnel selling, each level of subscription. So that's just, now you're doubling down and creating webinars and sales mechanisms for each of these high ticket bulk offers. And then you're advertising winning content and offers. So again, this is commerce. So all of this comes back to advertising the winning content and scaling that out. So this is the full scope of step 4. You're really at the base of it. You're gathering the data from your content distribution platforms. You're gathering the data from your sales funnels platform, and you're bringing all that in together. You're running ads to the winners and to the scaling, to the ones that are doing the best organically from the content and the funnels. And then you are optimizing. Once you start scaling with ads, you're testing out different headlines, different funnel images, emails, text messages, all that type of stuff, so you can A/B test and see what's working the best. That's essentially the full commerce playbook and how you're going to be able to start scaling and growing, and hopefully get out of your business and start working in your business. So I hope you guys got a lot of value from today's class. This is what we do every single week. If you are interested in joining and working with us, please go to my website, chrismateo.com. Click the link in my bio. Let's build. Let's talk about AI. Let's talk about business growth. This is all I am passionate about, whether it's growing your business through content, growing your business through recruitment and business operations, growing your business through AI and tech. All of these different layers. I have 13 plus years of doing this. I'm super passionate about it, and I want to help more people get involved in this, especially people that are stuck in their business. They got a great skill set. They know how to do something, service, product, but they don't know how to take it to the next level. And we're going to help you by putting in the 4 C's framework into your business and allowing that thing to take off and go to a whole nother level. So I really appreciate everybody tapping in with me. I just got my co-producer said we have a question from the audience. Tell me, what is it? Can you put it up on the live?
Hey, Chris.
Hey, Alex, what's going on, brother?
Hey, I know you just went through this, but would you mind doing a breakdown of the pricing again?
Yep. For which pricing part you mean? Because there was a couple of different pieces. So you're talking about the DIY, DWY, DFY?
Yes.
Okay. So basically, this concept of the pricing of the DIY, done with you, done for you. This is based off of the value ladder framework, right? So we want to have a free offer, what we call an intro or a tripwire, right? So you have your lead magnet, is step 1. That's your free. What's your freebie? So think about it like in Costco, right? They give you the free samples, right? That's how they get you. They give us the free samples, and then you're like, oh, this is pretty good. What is that? And then you find out what the price is, right? That's the next step. So you got the lead magnet, then you have the tripwire. The tripwire is going to be a low ticket offer, anywhere from $7 all the way up to $100, right? So that $7 to $100 framework is usually the price points that I put a DIY thing there, do it yourself. So that could be an ebook, that could be a master class, that could be whatever, like pretty much any type of asset, SOPs, checklists, you know what I'm saying? Like different things that you find valuable, where the user is going to take that and they're immediately going to be able to execute and get a quick win off of it, right? So that's what we call a tripwire offer, and that's the do-it-yourself offer, right? Then you go into the done with you. The done with you is now going to be a price point between $100 and roughly $700, around that price point, right? And this is going to be now where they might do consulting time with you. So you might charge, hey, $700, you get 3 sessions of consulting with me, or 2 sessions, or 1 session, depending on your price point, right? But this is going to be where now I sit down and I customize something for them. So I'm going to say, hey, let me build that custom marketing plan, or that custom recruitment plan, or that custom automations plan for their business. And now it's not just them doing it by themselves, like in step 1, where they get the cheat sheet, but they don't know how to fill it in. Now I'm actually giving them that 90-day playbook, or giving them that full structure on how to build that out. So that's the done with you, right? And then the last step is the done for you. Now, this is the high ticket. This is where I'm usually charging 1,000 plus, anything 1,000 and above, right? And this is where I'm actually going to do the service for you. So I know that you do recruitment and HR. So this is where, hey, I charge $2,000 to hire your staff member, or whatever that price point is, right? So anything over $1,000, then you're going to put that in your high ticket, and that's done for you type of stuff, where you can actually service them and do that. So that's kind of the way I break down the pricing. You got to recap. It's really 4 steps, because the Mifki step is not here, which is your most incredible free gift ever. That's the lead magnet. That's like your irresistible offer, right? So you have that freebie. Then you have your $100 a month or less, right? And that is going to be anywhere from $7 to $100. And the reason I say, I want to also be clear, I'm saying monthly, because you want to think, what can I do to make money every single month with this client, versus how can I just get one piece, $1 up one time? Because it's harder for you to scale the business if you lose the client from last month, but it's easier for you to scale the business if you always have, like, imagine if I've been in business for 13 years. Just imagine how big my business would be if the very first client I was with had stayed paying me monthly for 13 years. We would be 10x, 100x bigger, just because of the fact that that's compounding now. So now, instead of having, I can make $100,000 one month, and then I can go down to $1,000 the next month, for example. There's no equilibrium there. But if I get it recurring revenue, if it's 10,000 this month, next month I'm going to get an additional 10,000. Next month I'm going to get an additional 10,000. So in 3 months I'll have 30,000, versus if I sold 30,000 the first month, but then the next month I go to 0, it doesn't make sense either. You see what I'm saying? So this is why you want to make it recurring. This is why you want to break it down into those different steps, because I always like to break it down into 3, because it's like low ticket, mid ticket, high ticket, and kind of giving everyone a lane. Hey, if you don't have the budget right now, we have a lane for you. If you have a small budget, we have a middle lane for you. And if you have no time but a big budget, then we have the lane for you too. You see what I'm saying? So this gives them that full spectrum, and lets everybody decide where they at and how they want to get started to work with you.
Awesome. Thank you.
That's a great question, buddy. I appreciate it. Any other questions that we have? Jan, are we all good? I think we're all good. Yes, we're all good. So again, I appreciate everybody. Make sure you go to chrismateo.com. Make sure you tap in with all of our frameworks and our systems. This is what's going to change your life and take your business to a whole nother level. It has done it for me. I've done it for many clients, and I know it will do it for you. Whether you come in and do business with us, or you just take this information, share with your friends, share with business owners, and let them know what's possible, I'm sure this stuff can change their life and change their business forever. So I'm super excited. I'm super grateful for everybody. Remember, you can start for free. Test out our systems, test out our CRM, test out our 4Cs framework, and give it a go, and you won't regret it. I promise you, this is going to change your life and take it to another level. I'll see you guys again here. We're going to be going live tomorrow, and we're going to be going live next week like we do every single week. So let's go. Have a great day. Peace.